everybody, Carolina Tony coming to you today from Lake City, South Carolina. If you're new to my channel, be sure to go down here and click subscribe. After that, ring the bell so you'll be notified every time we put a video out. Today we are at the tomb and a monument dedicated to a famous American, Dr. Ron McNair, an astronaut that lost his life on the Space Shuttle Challenger. And we'll get to all of that and explore this site and talk about Dr. McNair right after this station identification. Several months ago, I visited the NASA Space Center, or Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and I actually talked about Dr. McNair. Here's a memorial of the astronauts that died on the Challenger, exploding shortly after takeoff. Francis Scobie, Michael Smith. Some of his personal things. Ellison Anakazua, not sure how to pronounce his name. Judith Resnick. And that's her flight suit. And this fella here is from Lake City, not too far from where I live, Ron McNair. And there's a picture of astronaut McNair in space. Gregory Jarvis. Spaceman with his jetpack on, so he can move around in space. It's another view of the Atlantis. In 1984, he was a part of the crew aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger. In 1995, they erected this wall and dedicated it to Ron McNair here in front of a statue of him holding his space helmet. This wall tells a little bit about his life. Said he was a dedicated family man, a loving husband and father. He married his wife Cheryl in 1976. They had 2 children, Reginald and Joy, a daughter. He was a black belt in karate. He loved to play his saxophone. Ron McNair was actually buried about 5 miles from here, and then in 2005 his body was removed and brought here to be entombed right here. It's hard to see during the daylight hours as a gas light that remains lit all the time in honor of astronaut Dr. Ronald E. McNair. While we are out exploring around in Lake City, we find this bronze statue of this gentleman by the name of Huey Cooper. He was born in 1873, perhaps. Died in 1978. And they say he was a fixture here in Lake City. The story goes that Mr. Huey would sit on the corner right there. Said he always had a smile on his face, and for a nickel he would let you rub his foot. And we've got a gentleman here. What's your name?
Dexter Graham.
Dexter Graham. Dexter's nice to meet you.
You too.
And you remember him?
Oh yeah. I delivered papers and he would always sit on the corner. I'd give him a paper.
I'll be dog.
He couldn't read, but he turned the paper upside down just looking at people in it.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. They said that he would take the money that he made and buy cigars and bottled Coke down at the train depot, which is right down there. Now his story kind of just faded into the pages of history until a few years ago, a very wealthy lady here in town that's brought some revitalization and life back into Lake City. Someone told her, said, hey, we need a monument for Huey Cooper. And she said, sure, let's do it. And wham, there you go. I can imagine Mr. Cooper, after getting a pocket full of nickels, walking across the street right here. And walking down the sidewalk. Right down there to the train depot. Get his bottle of Coke and him a cigar. It's pretty neat when you get to meet people that actually knew legends. And this guy lived a very simple life. They said he couldn't talk, he just mumbled, but he'd give him a paper and it'd be 3 or 4 days old and he couldn't read. He'd just look at it, sometimes even upside down, and just mumble. But he always had a smile on his face. And for a nickel, he let you rub his lucky rabbit's foot. And this bronze monument, check this out, that on the side of his pocket, right there, you can put a nickel in. I do a quarter. So we can rub Mr. Cooper's rabbit foot. Something that I find really interesting is when I'm out exploring, I run across things like this. Things that brings back memories of people and places. And someone just, to a lot of people, would be just an unimportant person, just someone taking up space, but everybody has a story, and everyone is a ray of sunshine in someone's life. And this fellow right here couldn't read or write, couldn't really speak, but yet he brought happiness into some people's lives. And I want to thank you for joining me on our little trip here to Lake City. Thank you for stopping by, and until next time, y'all have a good day.